All right, what's up, beautiful people? It is Seibo Shen here with the Silicon Valley to Spirituality podcast. And this week we're going to do a solo cast. And I really wanted to focus on the law of attraction manifestation. I know this is something that so many of us talk about today, but how do we actually achieve it? Can you just vibrate yourself into a brand new reality where you have everything that you want? Or do you have to set goals, smart goals, and deliberately go after each step until you manifest the things that you want? So, well, what's the truth? It's a little bit of both. So let's jump into this week's lesson plan, this week's podcast, where we talk about how we could manifest the things that we truly desire. All right, so let's go ahead, jump in. Let's roll the intro music. All right. I think we're back. We're back. All right. So what is manifestation? All right. Manifestation to me is all about getting aligned spiritually, physically, emotionally, to do the work necessary to manifest the things that we want in our lives. All right. So let's talk about each of these steps. All right. So let's talk about step number one. Step number one is to really clarify your intention. Okay. Clarifying your intentions is so important. So the first step in manifesting what you want is to get crystal clear about your intentions. I want you to start taking some time to think about what you truly desire. And when you think about this, be specific and detailed. All right, write down your goals, visualize them clearly in your mind, and the more specific you are, the better. So for example, instead of saying, I want to be rich or I want more money, write down and say, I want to earn an extra $5,000 a month through my business, right? You can see how much more specific it is. So let's talk about tips, all right? Tip number one is use the power of words. Write your intentions in the present tense as if they've already happened. For example, I am earning an extra $5,000 a month through my business, all right? So that's the first tip. Now, tip number two is to create a dedicated manifestation journal, all right? Where you can write down your goals, dreams, and desires and revisit this journal and update it regularly. Okay, so as things are happening, go back to your journal, update it, put in the new details. And then tip number three is to really be honest with yourself about why you want what you want. Understanding the deeper reasons behind your desires, this can really help you align more closely with them, okay? So you want to align yourself with your goals and really ask yourself, what are the deep reasons why I want to manifest this? Okay, so here's a little bit of the nuance, all right? The nuance is ensure your desires come from a place of positivity and love rather than a place of fear or lack or scarcity, all right? We want it to come from a place of abundance because when we're manifesting things, the law of attraction, what you put out is what you get back. So if you're manifesting from a place of fear or lack, you're gonna get more fear or lack, all right? So desires based on negative emotions, these tend to be less likely to manifest in a positive way. All right, so that's step number one. Now, let's get into step number two. The next step is to believe that what you want is entirely possible. This means removing any of the doubts or limiting beliefs that might be holding you back and to really affirm to yourself that you are deserving of your desires and that you have the ability to achieve them. Okay, you can use positive affirmations to reinforce this belief. For example, say to yourself, I am capable of achieving my goal and attracting abundance into my life. I am capable of achieving my goal and attracting abundance into my life. So let's get into our 3 tips on how to believe it's possible. So tip number 1, surround yourself with positive people, positive influences. Read books, listen to podcasts, engage with people who inspire you and uplift you. All right, we don't need to be around Debbie Downers while we are trying to believe that things are possible for us. Okay. Now, tip number 2 is we want to create a list of your strengths and achievements to remind yourself of the capabilities and manifestation potentiality that you have. So in your journal, write down a list of strengths and achievements that you have. This is a great constant reminder to just let you know that you've achieved things, that you've accomplished things, because when we're manifesting things, if you're anything like me, some days you're more confident, some days you're less confident. So having a list of all the things that you've done and what your strengths are can really put you into these higher frequencies and higher vibrations, all right? So tip number 3 is to visualize your past successes And remember the feelings associated with achieving these goals. Use these feelings to fuel your belief in your current dreams, okay? So what I said was, take a look at all of your past successes, remember how you felt when you achieved those things, and then use those feelings to fuel your belief in your current desires and what you want to manifest. All right, so you know me, I love to talk about spirituality in the lens of quantum physics. So quantum physics, it suggests that our thoughts and beliefs can influence the reality that we experience. By believing in your ability to manifest, you are aligning your energy with the frequency of your desires. All right, so let's get a little bit more nuanced here because I said a lot of words here, but let's break it down into the brass taxes here, all right? So I want you to be aware of your subconscious beliefs that might be sabotaging your efforts. So things like meditation and journaling, these could really help you uncover and address all of these hidden blocks. All right, so that is step number 2. All right, so let's get into step number 3 now. And step number 3 is visualizing your success, okay? So what is visualization? Well, it's a powerful tool in the manifestation process. So I want you to spend a few minutes each day visualizing yourself already having what you want to manifest, okay? Picture it in as much vivid detail as possible. So not 360p, not 480p, not 720p, not 1080p. Let's get into 4K detail, all right? 4K detail. And I also want you to feel the emotions associated with it, all right? Really feel the emotions. And the more you can see and feel your success, the more real it becomes, all right? Because when we see it and we feel it, it becomes really real to us. And imagine yourself living your dream life, experiencing the joy, experiencing the satisfaction, and all the gratitude that comes with it, okay? So let's get into the 3 tips here, all right? So the 3 tips are, tip number 1, if you have trouble visualizing, create a vision board with images and words that represent what you want to manifest and put it somewhere where you can see it daily, all right? Make it easily viewable. Tip number 2 is to use all of your senses when you are visualizing, not just what you see, but try to hear the sounds like the butterflies, the hummingbird, smell all the great smells. Maybe it's like apple pie, churros, cinnamon rolls. How does it feel? Maybe you could even taste your ideal scenario, you know, the taste of success, the taste of abundance, things of that nature, okay? All right, so from a quantum physics point of view, visualization, it could help you collapse the quantum wave function, making your desired outcomes a lot more probable in this physical reality, all right? So what is the wave function? Well, the waves are the infinite possibilities of what something can be. So when you visualize what you want, it collapses the wave field, okay, or the wave function. Now, here's a little bit of nuance here, all right? The nuance that I want you to really think about is that consistency is key. Make this visualization a daily practice. Even if it's just a few minutes a day, I want you to practice each and every single day, all right? So now let's get into step 4, sorry. Step number 4 is taking inspired action, all right? We want to take inspired action, not just action, but inspired action, because manifestation isn't just about thinking and believing and feeling. It requires action. That's why we incarnated into this 3D physical space-time world, so that we can take action, not just meditate and vibrate our way into the reality that we want. It requires us to take action. And not just action, but let's take inspired actions towards your goals, all right? This means following your intuition and doing things that align with your desires. And these actions might be small steps, but they can all move you closer to your goal. And what I want you to remember is that the universe responds to the energy you put out. When you take action, you're showing the universe that you're committing to your desires, all right? So here's tip number 1. Break your goals into smaller, manageable tasks and take at least one small step forward every day. So if it's a new business, a new hobby, a new vacation, a new house, or a new car, you know, just break it down into manageable steps and take a small step every day. It may take a week, a month, a year, but just take a small step every day. Number 2 is listen to your intuition, all right? What is your intuition? Your intuition is that little voice in your head telling you what you should do. So pay attention to the gut feeling, the little hunches that you have, all of these sudden inspirations that you might feel, because these are nudges from the universe that are guiding you towards your goals. All right. Now, tip number 3 is to stay open to opportunities and be willing to step out of your comfort zone. All right. Your intuition is going to introduce you to a bunch of new opportunities where if you open the door, things are going to be great for you. Things are going to help you with your manifestation, but it requires you to step out of your comfort zone. And sometimes the path to your desires may involve unexpected turns, all right? Like, we all want our manifestations to be easy and obvious, but the truth is, life throws you a bunch of curveballs. And when you take the curveballs, when you zig, when you should zag, like, you start experiencing different things that are not only going to help you with your manifestation, but it's all the insights and all the teachings that you're going to get from manifesting the things that you want. And that's the true beauty of manifestation. It's not really getting what you want, but it's enjoying the process and learning all the different things that you learn. All right, so from the quantum physics perspective, taking action helps you to remain in a high vibrational state. And this will align you to the energy of your desired outcome, right? Your desired outcome is a high vibrational outcome. So when you take action, you put yourself into a high vibrational state, which then will keep you in that frequency so that you can align yourself with the frequency of your desired outcome. So just a little bit of nuance here. I want you to keep a journal of your actions and your progress. I talked about the gratitude journal earlier, but just keep a journal of everything that you're doing in the progress and reflect on what's working and what doesn't, help you fine-tune your approach. And this will help you do more of what's working and do less of what isn't working, and also to help you stay motivated. All right? Okay, so we're moving along pretty quickly here, but let's get into the practice of gratitude. All right, the practice of gratitude. So gratitude is one of the most important components of manifestation. Being thankful for what you already have and for what's coming your way, it also helps you raise your vibration and attract a lot more positive experiences into your life. And as I mentioned, all experiences are neutral, but if you practice a lot of gratitude instead of experiencing it as a negative experience, you will experience it as a positive experience. So take a few minutes each day to write down or just to think about all the things that you're grateful for. I like to look in the mirror and tell myself, Seibo, I'm grateful for being healthy. Seibo, I am grateful for having such a loving family and wife, right? I tell myself these things so that I can remain grateful. All right, so here's a few different tips on how to practice gratitude. So number 1 is keep a gratitude journal and write down at least 3 things that you are grateful for each day. And there are different types of gratitude journals, but I don't want to spend too much time on this. So just think about 3 things that you're grateful for each day. Tip number 2 is to express that gratitude, not only for the things that you have, but also for things that you desire, as if they are already in your life. Oh, I am so grateful to be abundant with great friends around me. I am grateful to be abundant with finances. I say it in the present tense. Okay, say it in the present tense moment as if I already have it, because the future and the past, well, they're all illusions. The only time that exists is the present moment. Right now is the present moment. Right now is another present moment. They're all the present moments, okay? And now, tip number 3 is to share your gratitude with others. All right, expressing appreciation to the people in your life, it really strengthens that positive energy. And here's a really interesting thing is when you share gratitude with others, they feel good. But who feels good? You feel good by sharing gratitude with others. It's been scientifically proven. And now let's bring in a little quantum physics here, because what does gratitude do on a quantum level? Well, gratitude helps to focus your attention on the positive aspects of your life. And that increases the likelihood of attracting more of the same. Remember, your vibe attracts your tribe. High vibes attract high vibe outcomes. Low vibes attract low vibe outcomes, all right? So a little bit of nuance into what we're talking about is, start making gratitude a habit. The attitude of gratitude, okay? Incorporate this into your daily routine or your morning routine. Maybe you have morning coffee, maybe you meditate. Well, practice some gratitude while you're doing your morning routine, okay? And this is one of the best ways to be in a high state of frequency throughout the manifestation process. Now, here is the most important step. You gotta let go and trust the process, all right? This is the hardest part, letting go and trusting the process, because we've all been taught to hustle and grind. We've all been taught to put in as much effort as possible. We've been told, sacrifice your time, sacrifice your health, sacrifice your energy, right, in order to get the things that you want. But I know for a fact that doesn't work. So what I want to make sure that you guys understand is that letting go doesn't mean you're giving up. It just means that you have faith in what you want, and it is on its way, all right? It is on its way, all right? So let's go through some tips here for how to let go. Tip number 1 is to practice mindfulness and or meditation and or breath work. All of these exercises help you stay in the present moment and help you detach from the outcome. That's tip number 1. Tip number 2 is focus on enjoying the journey rather than obsessing over the destination, all right? This helps you find joy in the present moment and the steps that you are taking, because as I mentioned, there is only one time, and that time is now, all right? If you can't enjoy now, you're not going to enjoy the future. How do I know this? I worked for 5 different companies that had successful exits. The lowest for 161 million, the largest for 3.4 billion. And what I could tell you is when you put off your happiness into the future and you don't enjoy the journey, well, you don't enjoy the destination. You may enjoy it for a few days, maybe for a few weeks, but then you go back to your miserable existence of hustling and grinding and sacrificing everything for these goals in the future, which, as I mentioned already, goals in the future are just illusions, all right? So that's tip number 2. Tip number 3, remind yourself, all right? Remind yourself that the universe often has better plans than you could even imagine, all right? Be open to unexpected manifestations, okay? This is one that I had to learn the hard way because I fancy myself a master manifester. I've been able to manifest virtually everything that I've wanted in my life. And when I started letting go of what I wanted and just started taking inspired action and really detached, I started manifesting things that were even greater than what I could have imagined. Like the job that I have right now as the head of product for Form Vape is a job that I never would have ever even considered applying to. But now I'm in that job because I was detached from what type of job I would have. And guess what? I attracted the perfect job for me. All right, I attracted the perfect job for me. Now, from a quantum physics perspective, detachment allows the quantum field to bring your desires into reality without the interference of negative emotions like anxiety and doubt, right? I know so many entrepreneurs, so many founders that are successful, but they were fueled by anxiety, fueled by self-doubt, fueled by wanting to prove other people wrong. And guess what? They're still miserable people, even that they're successful. All right. So we want to detach so that we can allow the quantum field to bring us the reality that we want. All right. And now here's a little bit of the nuance. All right. We got to trust the process. That means letting go of fear and embracing faith. All right. What is faith? Faith is a belief without evidence. All right. If you could have faith, your life completely changes because we want to be so evidence-based. We want big data, as much data as possible to steer us in the right direction. But guess what? If we're not making decisions that are in alignment with us and we're just using data, well, I got news for you. Whatever you manifest using data, you're not going to enjoy. So you have to come from a place of alignment, all right? Let go of the fear, embrace faith, cultivate a sense of inner peace and confidence that what you already desire is on its way. So people ask me, Seibo, how come you're never stressed out? How come you're always just in the flow? It's because I have no doubt that whatever I want to manifest is going to come. Now, whether it comes next week, next month, next year, it doesn't matter because I have no doubt. And when I have no doubt, I'm in the present moment. When I'm in the present moment, I could access my higher mind. When I could access my higher mind, oh man, I could literally manifest anything that I want. All right. So these are the ways that I like to help people get into the mode of manifesting, of really leveraging the law of attraction. If you love this video, if you like these tips, if you have any questions, drop them in the comment section below. Hit the like button, subscribe, all that good stuff. And I'll be back with another episode of the Silicon Valley to Spirituality Show. Take care, everyone.